centrally located hotel was built at the turn of the century and has old world charm with all the mod cons.
We're about to go and have breakfast, and then we're going to catch the trolley bus and stop off at various locations.
Today we're at the north end of Boston, and behind me is Waterfront Park. This area is a good location to visit for some of the major attractions in the 2 days we are here. This Massachusetts city is a bustling place of 600,000 people. Faneuil Hall, the town hall, is where politicians such as Samuel Adams and John F. Kennedy made important speeches. Adams was one of the voices of opposition to British control in the colonies. He played a prominent role in the events of the Boston Tea Party in 1773. Quincy Market specialises in gourmet foods and gift stores, including a replica of the famous TV series Cheers bar. Dwarfed by contemporary structures of glass and steel lies the old State House, built in 1712, which is now a museum. This was the site of the first reading of the Declaration of Independence. We board the trolley bus once again to return to the quieter suburbs of the Boston Back Bay for one more night's stay. The Amtrak rail station is a 5-minute taxi ride away. We're at Boston Back Bay Station waiting for the Acela Express train to take us to New York. Our 11:20 morning train is on time. The station area lies on landfill created in 1900. The high-speed train whisks us in comfort to our destination. We're on the Acela Express, just coming into New York Penn Station. Two and a half hours later, and we're making our way on foot to central Manhattan.
It's Friday, and we've just caught the train from Boston to New York Penn Station, and we walked from there and arrived at the Hilton Times Square Hotel.
Our hotel is extremely comfortable and quiet, away from the hustle and bustle outside, with New Yorkers going about their daily commute through the famous Broadway area. We make our way to Battery Park and the Upper Bay area.
We just got the metro down to the Staten Island ferry, which we're on now.
It's the best bargain ride in the town. Passengers travel for free. The Statue of Liberty was the first sight of the New World for many millions of immigrants arriving by boat over the last 2 centuries. We venture by foot to the financial district and this site of devastation. In 1973, the Twin Towers were the tallest buildings in the world. Today, the only reminder of this terrible act is the chronological timeline of events. A Freedom Tower is to be built here, and once again be the tallest building in the world. The next day, we tour around New York using the Grey Line London double-decker buses. We get off at Rockefeller Plaza and walk to Fifth Avenue. The magnificent Empire State Building, the result of the quest to construct the tallest building in the world.
Number 7. The East River is right in front of you. On the far shore, pretty much straight ahead, there's a large stream that runs into the East River. You got that? Now to the right of that stream is the borough of Brooklyn.
We board a bus once again for the New York night tour. Built in 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge is the oldest suspension bridge in America. We are crossing over the East River, which separates the island of Manhattan from Brooklyn where we are bound. Some quick snapshots of the sights at night, and then it's back to our hotel. We continue our journey to the last city location.
We're now on the Accelera Express, making our way towards Washington, DC.
The journey takes just over 2 hours, so there is time to relax before arriving in the heart of Washington, DC. The hotel is situated 2 blocks from the White House and is of a good standard. We start our visit in a gentle fashion by taking the double-decker tour bus and stopping off at the pretty waterfront location near the Potomac River. The relaxing river cruise gives us an overview of some of the sights we are going to see later. Washington DC could only be the capital of a great republic. Monuments and ministries are everywhere. It's hard to believe that for a long time Washington was just marshland on the banks of the Potomac River. For most of the 19th century, this place looked like a ramshackle frontier town, in part because it was sacked and burned by the British in 1814. The capital took 70 years to complete. Time to move on to the museum area at Independence Avenue. Packed into 23 galleries is the whole history of the adventure of flying, from the Wright brothers' first lift across a meadow in North Carolina in 1903 to Neil Armstrong's journey just 66 years later from Cape Canaveral to the moon and back.
We're in Washington today, and behind me is the famous monument.
This 555-foot white marble obelisk seems to state the people's loftiest aspirations. A short walk away is the World War II Memorial. The northern end is dedicated to the Atlantic Theatre, and the southern end is dedicated to the Pacific Theatre. This honours the 16 million who served in the armed forces and all who supported the effort from home. Capitol Hill Building, a huge white dome that joins the Senate in the north wing to the House of Representatives in the south. We pause to view Union Station before returning to our hotel.